Welcome back to Culture Clash Reactions. My name is Fen.
My name's Akasha.
Hope everyone's doing wonderful. Today on the channel, something that was sent to me by some of my friends, and I knew it would be good, so I thought I'd actually save it for the channel. There is a young gentleman, very young. He looks probably no older than about 10 or 11, maybe, something like that, from Palestine, and he's a rapper. Okay. And he does a bit, and it's called Shouting at the Wall. So I was going to watch it, but I was like, you know what? We'll save it for the channel because I think it'll probably be really, because my friends are like, yo, check this little kid out. Okay. So, yeah, should we give it a try?
Yeah.
See what we think. Yeah. I'm sure it's going to be a bit heavy, especially with what's going on.
Yeah.
But I think he's just, I'm assuming he's going to just rap about his truth or whatever.
Okay.
So,
cool.
Shall we? Mm-hmm. Let's do it. Straight away, sorry to jump in, but just pure devastation behind him.
I know.
Do you know what I mean? Like, he couldn't have picked a more fitting setting, shall we say?
Yeah.
Bloody hell. All right.
I'm exhausted. Last night I couldn't sleep, but when I did, I could hear bombs in my dreams. Nightmare situation. How could they be so evil, making martyrs out of children and innocent people? We expect the bombs, not knowing where next. Huddle in the corner of my room, trying to protect my little brother as the building shakes like it's possessed, but nothing stronger than the will of the oppressed. I bomb back with my lyrics and rhymes, living the times trying to break the Palestinian minds. What's hiding in the clouds hanging over my head? My dad risks his life outside to buy bread. The fourth war in my 12th year. At this stage I'm numb, though I haven't feel scared. There's nothing I can do in this case to stay safe. I'm brave, even though this house could be in my grave. I want freedom for the population. 2 million prisoners living in this location, shouting at the wall, but nothing is ever changing. That's life under an occupation. I want freedom for the population. 2 million prisoners living in this location, shouting at the wall, but nothing is ever changing. That's life under an occupation. Mothers mourn, fighting with grief. White sheets covered by his dad lie on the streets. Buildings turn to ash, but my mind is made of steel, so it doesn't take much for me to heal. Won't lose the will to live or lose our minds. My auntie lost her home, so she lost her life, but she is still alive, but traumatized by the bombs that flew in and dropped that night. My sister couldn't sleep, tried to stop her cries. I said it was fireworks, I was telling her lies. Where's the compassion? This is heartless. It's like they want us all living in darkness, cutting off water and electricity for hours. They're knocking towers, but that's not knocking the power that I have in my pen. When I'm writing, I'm unstoppable. The microphone is the only escape possible, cause that's the way that I can speak my mind. I wonder, how does the fighter pilot sleep at night, knowing he can turn the city upside down all of a sudden, slaughtering families with the push of a button. I want freedom for the population. 2 million prisoners living in this location, shouting at the wall, but nothing is ever changing. That's life under an occupation. I want freedom for the population. 2 million prisoners living in this location, shouting at the wall, but nothing is ever changing. That's life under an occupation.
Wow. Wow. Thoughts?
I mean,
holy shit.
I know.
That kid, first of all, let's talk about the actual, the musicality and like his lyrical, bearing in mind it's a second language as well.
That's what I was going to say, is his English is really good.
Excellent.
Really good.
It's excellent.
Yeah.
And the fact, like, for him to be like lyrical and rhyme like that is
and
10
like
times harder than articulate.
And he's only 12.
I wonder if he has any kind of background from somewhere else, but even still, maybe. I mean, he's in Gaza. You can tell that he's there.
Yeah.
What do you think of the song? What do you think of what do you think about the whole thing? What do you think?
I mean, it's just heavy because, like, you don't, you know, it's easy for me to say because I live in America, so like I've never lived in that type of situation.
Sure. But what do you think of the music, first of all? Let's talk about his talent. What do you think
That's
about him?
what I just said. I said he's great.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, he's obviously great. I just said he's only 12. I mean, plus it was a catchy beat.
It was actually really good. I thought really liked the chorus as well.
Yeah.
It was really excellent. But
Yeah,
sorry,
yeah.
carry on.
No, nothing. I was just saying, like,
You've never lived in that conditions.
right. So when you hear like a 12-year-old kid,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I try as best as I can to try to even put myself in that situation, but it's impossible unless you've actually lived through it.
Sure.
So, but I mean, obviously, I feel like I have a little bit more empathy just because of like your situation in Libya, and
Sure.
we had a relationship during that whole time as well.
Yeah.
So I just get it at least a little bit from that point, but I'm not even going to pretend like I understand what these people are like going
Right.
through.
Yeah.
I can't imagine just because of where you were born.
Sure. I mean, first and foremost, MC Abdul killed it. First of all,
Yeah.
and foremost, that was really good. Great beat, great lyrics, great story,
Yeah.
great. He put the whole thing together. You can see. I love the video as well. I'm guessing that's all of his creativity. Like just the videography and just like walking through the devastation.
It's like it's a very simple but effective.
Really,
Yeah.
really, really excellent. 10 out
Yeah.
of 10. I know that you probably feel a little bit, not uncomfortable, but, we've talked about this on the channel before. This is not really your forte. It's more mine, like, when it comes to, like, just, politics and international relations and all this kind of stuff.
That's what I was saying.
And I understand. So I'll take over a little bit then,
Sure.
if you don't mind. And plus, I kind of lived through a war in Libya where I saw some devastation, not to that extent, but I did see areas where, like, I had used to go play football, or areas I used to go to a pizza place and it was rubble like that. And it is devastating more than you can imagine.
Mm-hmm.
It's really, really devastating. So I've had a taste of it. But the people of Gaza, or Palestinians in general, I'm going to say this, and it might sound obviously biased from my Muslim or Arab background, but honestly it's not, because you know me well, and you know me that when things need to be called out, even against my own people, I'll do it.
Yeah.
This particular situation, I hate the term pro-Israel or pro-Palestine. I hate this term. There is no pro or anti for me.
Right.
It's pro right and wrong.
Yeah,
it's
that's what I was gonna
that
say.
simple.
Yeah.
I'm not on any kind of that. My whole life has, everything I try to do is based on pro right and wrong. Forget that. Like when people, like when I'm talking, they go, "Oh, so you're pro Palestine?" I go, "That's so foreign to me. What do you mean pro Palestine? Am I pro children not being blown to bits under rubble?" Yeah, I am. Yeah. Wait, does that mean that you're pro Hamas? That's two different things. And also, we can get into that conversation if you want, but I just want to drop this whole pro this and pro, like you have to choose a team kind of thing.
Yeah.
No two rights make a wrong, is what I want to say. But I will say this, and I don't want to get like too heavy on the channel, but I do feel as somebody who, and it's not, again, I don't even want to say coming from an Arab Muslim background, I just know the difference between right and wrong, and this topic I know very, very well. First and foremost, there is no world in which an oppressor can be a victim.
Mm-hmm.
I can't understand this.
Yeah.
Okay? That's what I've been watching these last couple of months with the Western media, who, by the way, are trying their best to paint Palestinians a certain way and are failing miserably. Even the news, if you watch like the mainstream, they're really starting to struggle to be able to, because they're all liars, as we know, they all lie, but they're really starting to struggle, and they're starting to go, "Oh, Israel's really making this difficult for us to defend them, as they always will and always have." And then you have to question, why did they defend them, and why is the Western media on Israel's side? That's for another day.
Yeah.
That's a whole other topic, but you have to consider it why. But the idea that an oppressor can be a victim, it's like just me locking you in the bathroom, beating the shit out of you every day while you're in the bathroom, and one day you get out and hit me over the head with a baseball bat. It's like
Right.
those films that you watch,
Right.
when the girl finally, like, she's locked up and you're cheering for the girl, right?
Right.
You're not cheering
So
for
why aren't we cheering for
this
Palestine?
That's the first thing I want to
Yeah.
say. The second thing I want to say is I want people to understand there is not a single anti-Semitic bone in my body. Jewish people are some of the best, most gentle, neighborly, giving, humble people you'll meet. Intelligent, by the way, sharply intelligent.
Oh, yeah.
I have some Jewish friends who are all top-notch friends who I could call and say, "Hey, I need something," and they'll help me. Okay? There's a massive difference between Judaism and Zionism. Huge difference. It's the same as trying to put a Muslim in the same category as ISIS. We as Muslims, we don't associate with ISIS. That's not what we do. These guys are just mental. They're just mental, and they've just decided to clamp onto Islam because they were born in a certain area of the world where they're just crazy. They have nothing to do with Islam. Same with Zionism and Judaism. And so Zionism is a creation of Israel. And I need people to remember, and I understand that Jewish people, it's a weird position to be put in because they feel so protective over Israel because they don't really have a homeland per se, and they see Israel as the homeland.
Right.
Okay, and I understand that like the Holocaust was so horrific that we have people who are still alive today that remember it.
Yeah, that were part of
that
it.
they have to make sure that nothing like that ever happens, or even close to it. And I agree with that. But just always remember that happened in Europe, in Christian white Europe. It didn't happen in Palestine. Okay, it didn't happen in the Arab world. It didn't happen in the... I just want people to always just remember that point, is that it wasn't Arabs that did that. For them to then turn around 80 years later and try to genocide another population is just beyond me. It's so upsetting. And as an Arab, I feel so strongly about this topic. And I feel so, I don't know if it's all Arabs, but for me, it actually is heartbreaking. And you see me watching the news, and you see these people we are watching. When you think about the Holocaust, think about it. You go, how the fuck were people like sitting by watching that? And like how, like it was only 80 years ago, right? You know, when you think about that, you think, fucking hell, like were we that nuts? We're watching it now.
What's happening.
It's happening today, right now. So in 100 years time, they're going to be watching back. They might even see this video and go, how come nobody said anything? Well, we're trying, but we're working against we're working against huge media, banks, huge militaries. Where it's the people are doing their best to protest. They're trying to shut the protest down. This is not an anti-Semitism protest, nor is it a pro-Hamas rally. Remember that either. We don't associate with these people either. We don't associate with anybody that kills a civilian. It's written in the Quran. It's written in the Torah. It's written in Christianity. It's very, very clear on every religious scripture, and even just human empathy. You know anyone who kills innocent civilians, particular Gaza, is 50% children. 50% of the population is children.
Yeah.
There is no way out of this, but not just blood on your hands. I'm talking you have just genocide on your hands.
Yeah.
So that's how I feel about this. There's no pro and anti. I don't want to hear it. We might even lose some subscribers. We might have people. I don't give a shit. I don't give a shit because I want to be on the right side of history, and I will be, by the way. So yeah, that's just my bit that I wanted to say. If MC Abdul ever sees this, I doubt it, but I mean, what a talented kid.
Totally.
I don't know if he is even okay. Do we know if his family's okay? Probably. Those people are trapped in there, man. They are trapped.
It's really sad.
And I got to be careful what I say, but I'm also really angry at Arab nations not coming together and helping out the situation. That's another thing I'm really, really, really upset about that we're watching. Because I imagine if there was Imagine if there was an Arab country in the middle of Europe. Let's just say, for example, Belgium all of a sudden became an Arab Muslim country, and they decided to invade Holland. Let me tell you, man, the European countries would quickly get around and go, "Are you out of your fucking mind?" So, the fact that we're not. Anyway, that's my piece. Hope you enjoyed the show. Any last thoughts, babe? Sorry, I know I'm very like...
No, it's fine. Like he said, I'm not, I don't like to speak on things that I'm not educated about enough. Sure. Because, and it's not even about getting attacked or like on the internet. It's
you just don't.
It's
and
just
it's fair
not,
to say
and
that,
it's
by the
also
way.
not the right thing to do, I
Sure.
think, because it's also like out of respect for
anyone
these
involved.
people.
Yeah.
Who am I to say that? I'm over
Sure.
here in America. Like I have,
Right.
So I just don't like to speak on things I don't understand and I'm not educated about. So.
Cool. No, well. Anyway, that's our bit. Hope you enjoyed the show. Like, comment, and subscribe. Join in, whatever. I'm down. I don't give a shit. So yeah. Until next time, thanks for joining us all, and see you later.